Alright, let's continue with another piece of the character. I've left this for the end, since it's a bit different, respecting of how it's created, but it does follow the rules we've covered. We'll apply lots of the concepts we've already applied, so let's get started. First, what we'll need is to create a cylinder with about this size. It should cover almost the whole length of the arm of the character. And what we'll do is to convert this into the base of the suit, or the plate, of the arm. First, let's apply some adjustments regarding the sizes in order to get this plate from the body of the character. As we can see, it's overlapping, and that's not right. And we'll leave a shape like so, more or less. Next step, we'll hide certain areas until we only get the outline, we can say, what is outside the arm. And we'll also make a cut, more or less. Let's hide all this area. Right. The idea is to get a piece like this one. We'll get rid of what we won't need, simply using delete hidden, and this way we can start making the base. Same thing, Z-modeler, and we'll apply a thickness. Change extrude and polygroup all. Alright, I think this thickness is alright. Later on, we'll apply to modify this gap we've got here. Taking as a base this line over here, where this cut starts, we'll convert some polygroups. Let's grab these 2 columns. Let's grab these 3 columns. And we'll need then another edge over here. Let's stand on the line, insert, and simply add one more. Over here would be better. Let's modify a bit this line, the width, and now we can convert these into polygroups. And we'll do that as well over here at the back. Remember, we do that by pressing Alt. It doesn't matter we get another polygroup here, because what we'll modify is only the white part. Over here, we'll make an extrusion inwards. Over there, more or less, at this distance. Once we get this, we'll head to polygroups and hit group by normals. What we'll modify is these inner areas. Simply using the transpose, click for hiding the rest, for masking the rest of the polygroups, and start adjusting it. This one would be over here. Alright. Let's grab this one and do the same thing. Alright. The next step, basically, what we'll do on this video is simply the stage of Z-modeler and masks. That's it. That way, we'll get a basic shape, quite easily actually. Let's mask this border. And using the transpose, let's enable solo for a moment. We'll leave this slope with this thickness the same way over here. The same over here. Let's mask this edge. And do the same over here. With this, we've already got the base of the plate of the shoulder. Let's make another extrusion. Let's hide this one, invert, and convert these two into the same polygroup. Let's make then the extrusion. Alright, we've got there the extrusion. Now let's adjust it a bit. Alright, we've got the extrusion done. Let's apply some last touches regarding this piece. And on the other side, all right? Let's add another extrusion. Over here, we play a lot with the polygroups used. We use the polygroups for grabbing some sections way easier. This is basically what we've done above. Our next step is to adjust a bit the shape of this piece. We'll need to see the character in order to modify the size. We should add some edges over here because there are some polygons too big and it would require more subdivisions in order to add some details. One over here, head to the back, one over here, one here, and one over here. The idea is to play with the amount of polygons. We want the amount and the shape of the polygons to be quite similar in order to get the same level of detail on the same plate. If we have polygons too big in some areas and too small on some others, obviously, although we sculpt it and both have a large amount of polygons, the difference will be notable. Reason why it's a good idea to try to balance the amount of polygons. The idea is to, the kind of divisions shouldn't have the same width. The size should shrink a little in diagonal. Let's mask it over here and over here, because the idea is that this plate doesn't overlap the body of the character. try to modify it the least possible. What I mean is that the lines should look still very straight. For instance, over here, this shape started to get curved, and the idea is that it should look more straight. It is a rigid piece. It shouldn't have these kind of curves, at least not in this case. Alright, we'll polish the rest later on, but I think with this, we've already got our base. Alright, we've got a result like this one, and that will be enough for us to be able to make the plate. This is it for the time being. We'll continue then on the second part.